the redshirt sophomore. The forward for Coppin State. On one side, it's Jessica Martino on the other side for the opening tip-off. The ball in the air and controlled by Coppin State. They're in the dark blue uniforms, white numerals with some gold trim. Delaware State in the white uniforms, red numerals and red trim. As Coppin State moves it around the outside, it's Hope Evans. Over on the right-hand side, they'll take it inside to the baseline to Bucknor. She'll drive underneath. The shot comes up short off the glass and down to Ty Tolley for Delaware State. Hornets take it down. Savannah Brooks goes out top of the key to Jayla Johnson, and she's gotten more opportunities to play her and has really shown up well. Johnson trying to come around and gets blocked out, but fouled, and it looks like Colleen Buckner will be stuck with the first foul of the game.
Eagle foul number 21, Colleen Buckner. Her first personal, team's first.
Now they come back out, and the Delaware State Hornets will have the ball. 20 seconds back on the shot clock after the first foul of the game. 9:20 left in the first period. Not even 30 seconds gone. Alexis Moraney, who was really hot on Saturday against Morgan State, trying for three there. Too strong, went off the other side and taken by Coppin State. Hope Evans now feeds inside to Kaya Jenkins. Jenkins got blocked out. She lost control of the ball. It went out of bounds. It will be Delaware State ball. Savannah Brooks, that freshman from Taneytown, Maryland, who has really impressed people at Delaware State. And they're figuring she has a great future here, as she is the scoring leader for the Hornets on this season. Jayla Johnson now left side to Moraney. Back out to Johnson, top of the key. Moraney left side now. Gets Tolley to set a bit of a block for her. She takes it down to the baseline on the left side. Goes off the other side of the rim down to Jewel Watkins for Coppin State. Watkins gave it off to Mossy Staples. They'll work it inside now to Jenkins. Jenkins sends it back outside, and they'll bounce pass it along to Jewel Watkins. Watkins gets into the foul circle. They'll pass it around the right side. 10 seconds on the shot clock for the Eagles. Hope Evans in the paint, tied up there. She'll have to pass it outside, driving inside for the layup. It's Buckner, and check that Staples, and the shot missed. Two minutes into the game, nobody's put anything on the scoreboard yet. Martino will travel as she tried to move in on the baseline from the right side, and they got her for the movement steps before the dribble. And the defensive sets they've been using have been a big factor in the win, have been denying other teams the opportunity to work inside and play their games. Now Hope Evans goes to the right side to Staples. Staples cross court to Watkins. Watkins for three off the back of the rim, and it comes on out to Ty Tolley. Johnson driving into the lane. Her shot blocked, comes down to Coppin State. Now Staples left the ball behind, had to take a couple steps back and go get the loose ball. Inside to Buckner. Buckner had the feet moving. She couldn't get a good shot up either over Ty Tolley, and the ball came out to Delaware State. Johnson gives it to Brooks. She moves up into the foul circle, bounces it around, and it spins inside the hoop, and the Hornets go up 2-0. Kaya Jenkins takes the pass, sets it off to Hope Evans. Evans called for traveling. Turnover to Delaware State with 6:47 remaining in the first period. We just have one basket so far in this game. Alexandria Hamilton into the game. Looks like substitutions. Jermaine Woods, liberal with the substitutions. I believe he substituted 4 players on that. Brooks goes left side as Johnson comes out toward the middle, backs out toward the logo. Now the right side to Moraney. Moraney steps inside the arc. Now comes up baseline jumper, bounces off the rim, won't go. Moraney gets the loose ball rebound. They reset the shot clock for the Hornets. Moraney brings it around now toward the middle as she stands out right next to the wing of the Hornets logo. Gives it to Johnson, who stands on the wing. Now they'll work it inside. Martino over to Tolly on the left side. Missing. Johnson gets in there and goes for the rebound. They tied her up. It's a simultaneous possession, and possession goes to the Hornets. Give the ball to them, and 20 seconds on the shot clock. Jella Johnson, top of the key, left side. Brooks is open. Brooks shoots. Brooks has 3. So the score now, Savannah Brooks 5, Coppin State nothing. And a high pass saved by Mossy Staples. I thought we might get a souvenir on that one. They work to the right side. Courtney Gardner gives it off to Staples, and Gardner now gets it back, goes to the middle. Staples right side, back to Gardner. She'll step left side of the foul circle, jumper off the back of the rim, loose ball, and it's finally pulled in by Staples. Send it out. Check that. It was Alexandria Hamilton on the loose ball. Send it out to Staples. Shot for 3 off the back of the rim. And almost halfway through this first quarter, Coppin State has not been able to put the ball in the hoop. Delaware State with 5 right now. Martino driving inside, and as she got tied up, got called for traveling. .508 remaining in the first quarter here at Delaware State. Coppin State trying to move it around inside. Now they'll send it right side to Hamilton. Hamilton brings it out toward the middle, right side now to Gardner. Gardner penetrates, drives inside, off the rim, comes down to the Hornets. It's Johnson one-on-one break, and as she goes up, she gets fouled. The ball goes out of bounds. And that brings us to our first media timeout with 4:37 remaining in the first quarter. Delaware State 5, Coppin State nothing. Putting the U in HBCU, we're HSRN.
What is going on, you guys? I'm your host, Stefan, and welcome to Halftime, the best show in between the show. Now this episode, I'm seated with
Here in line, Coach John Hill as Jella Johnson goes to the line. And you heard the cash register as she went money on the first foul shot. Johnson 67.6% from the line on the season, missing the second one high off the back of the rim. Comes down to Bucknor for Coppin State. So the Hornets now up 6-0. 5.5 minutes into the game, Coppin State still looking for their first basket. Pass out to Hamilton. Hamilton sends it left side now. It's Gardner off the rim. Loose ball comes back out to Gardner, top of the key, and she'll give it off to Hope Evans. Hope Evans goes left side to Gardner. Gardner looking back over to Hamilton, top of the key. Now they work it inside to Buckner. She drives, trying to get past Tolly. Tolly blocking the shot. They'll clear it out 3 seconds on the shot clock. Shot well wide of the mark, off the backboard, and over to the left side where Jessica Martino grabs it for the Hornets. It sure was, yeah. Johnson now with the ball for Delaware State. Down on the left side to Maroney. Maroney looks, gives it back to Jayla Johnson. Johnson looking for an open player to make a pass. Johnson working around the right side, bounce pass to Tolley down on the baseline, out to Martino in the foul circle. Her shot off the back of the rim. She just beat the shot clock, but the ball didn't go in. And Coppin State with the rebound. Hope Evans sends it out to Jewel Watkins. Watkins off the back of the rim now, missing another. And Jayla Johnson gets the high rebound for the Hornets. Maroney from outside looking for three. It misses, comes out, tipped out. It's Gardner on the drive down. And that one bounced around. Looked like it was going to fall in and then came out. Tolley gets the loose ball. And Coppin State still looking for a basket. 7 minutes into the game. Johnson working around to the left side to Maroney. Brooks left side now open outside the arc. Sends Maroney over to the right side. She brings it to the top of the key, drives left side of the lane, and gets. She was. They got her for charging. Had to wait. Wasn't sure. I thought it was going to be an offensive foul on Brooks on the charge. Official right there. Maybe had a better angle. 2:37 left here in this first quarter. Hornets up 6-0. Gardner brings it past center court for the Eagles. Left-handed dribble, trying to go around Maroney. Now a lob pass inside to Staples. Staples just outside the foul circle, wide right that time as it came down off the glass to Savannah Brooks. Brooks left side to Maroney. Back over to Brooks. She was alone, pulled it down though. Thought about shooting the three, wasn't set for it. Maroney. Now she'll work it around inside the arc, send it over to Tolley. Now right side to Brooks. Brooks driving down to the baseline. Jumper, too strong, came off the other side of the rim. Grabbed by Watkins for Coppin State. Hamilton gets it on the left side, now sends it back on out to Gardner. Gardner from the right side, and finally a layup goes in for Coppin State to make it 6-2. With 1:40 left in the first quarter. At least. Hornets now working it inside as Joy Watkins, who got back into action on Saturday after missing a couple of games with an injury. Nice bounce pass into Tolley, and it's good for a basket. Watkins with the assist there. 8-2 lead for Delaware State. Little trouble in the backcourt for Coppin State. They almost lost it. Now it's Staples on the right side. Goes inside the arcs, comes back out, sends it into Hamilton. Hamilton back out to Staples. Now a shot for three from Gardner. Off the rim, loose ball. Tolley has it. Hornets on the rebound. Under a minute left to play here in the first quarter. A very quick first quarter. And not many out of bounds calls or anything of that nature. I think we just had a, and a timeout. Now Watkins driving on the right side of the lane, put it up off the backboard, and it wouldn't go in as it just kind of hung up on the back of the rim. Coppin State, 10 seconds between the game clock and the shot clock. Coppin State shot clock down to 20. Shot missing. Brooks on the rebound. And this could be a foul on Colleen Buckner. And the Hornets wouldn't mind if Buckner gets into foul trouble. That's her second. Hornets would be very happy to have Buckner in foul trouble, as she's one of the high scorers for this team, averaging 6.2 points per game. 5'11" and third in the MEAC in rebounding. Get her out of there, and Hornets might be able to dominate the boards. Tolley now goes out for Delaware State, and they'll bring in Bree Dodson for the last 17 seconds of the quarter. And Maroney keeps the feet moving and dribbles out near center court. Now she'll move forward. Goes to the right side of the lane. Layup is good. Alexis Maroney gets in the scorebook. Hornets up 10-2 as we come close to the end of the first quarter. Shot from half court by Coppin State, misses. 10 minutes done, 30 minutes to go here from Memorial Hall. It's Delaware State 10, Coppin State 2. Putting the U in HBCU, we are HSRN.
Why choose Del One? Del One is rooted in Delaware and here to cover you through your financial journey. From your first account, auto loan, or rewards credit card, buying a home or starting a business, investing, planning for retirement, and then enjoying it. Get what you need when you need it. Del One has you covered. Choose Del One and let's grow together.
Calling all Hornets fans. Be sure to follow Bay Health on social media. Find us on Facebook at Bay Health, on Twitter at Bay Health DE, on Instagram at Bay Health. You can find us on TikTok and on LinkedIn. Bay Health. We're here for our Hornets.
Taste the uniqueness of our first-generation German bakery in Delhi. The new Bavarian bakery in Delhi in Dover. Authentic, original creations are made fresh from scratch every day. Enjoy one of our great pastries and signature cakes. Don't forget to bring home our house-made breads, Bavarian rye, sourdough, and fresh sandwich rolls. At our deli, choose from 14 different breads. You deserve only the best. The new Bavarian bakery in Delhi in Dover.
State baseline jumper is good for the Eagles as Kaya Jenkins dropped one in. Pass to Moraney, stolen by Gardner. Gardner by herself. Layup missed, came off the rim, and Moraney's there to grab it. Hornets dodged one there as Gardner just got a little too anxious. Didn't put enough on it, and it did not go in. Joy Watkins gives Bree Dodson with the ball now on the pass from Watkins. Watkins inside, block, but a pickup and a follow-up by Dodson is good for the basket. Hornets up now, 12-4, 8-point lead for Delaware State. Gardner right side, passes it down inside to Jewel Watkins. They clear it back out to Gardner. Watkins now with the ball into the lane. Her shot coming up short. And Delaware State grabs the loose ball. You know, you go to some places and the mascot does nasty things to you. I just got a shoulder rub from the mascot. Yeah. And now it's Dodson. Layup, oh, nice, around the defender to put it up and in, and it's 14-4, Delaware State in front. In the backcourt, they try to hold up Hope Evans, and took them too long to get it across. Good backcourt defense by Delaware State, creating the turnover. Hornets up now by 10, 14-4, and trying to make it more as Joy Watkins gives it off to Jayla Johnson. Different combinations that Jasmine Turner is able to work with here, as this is her fifth game as the temporary head coach. Shot from the baseline left side by Johnson, missing. Coppin State gets the rebound, and they come across. Mossy Staples takes a pass, but we have an offensive foul in the back court. Hope Evans gets called for it as she ran into a Hornet. So Delaware State gets the ball back, 7:42 left in the second quarter with a 10-point lead and trying to make it more. That was a bad mistake by Coppin State in the back court to run into the player. Jayla Johnson, left side, goes baseline to Martino. She can't get around the defender, so she takes the jumper, hits off the other side of the rim, and comes down to Coppin State's LaShawna Robinson. Jenkins now trying to work past defenders. They tie her up. She passes it out to Jewel Watkins underneath. And Buckner not in a position for the shot. Bangs it off the bottom of the backboard. Comes down to Delaware State. Brooks just a little bit wide, maybe an inch to the right, and came off the rim to Coppin State. And from our angle, I was direct line, I could see that it might go in, but probably was going to go off the rim. Now Jewel Watkins sends it over to the foul circle where Kaya Jenkins takes a shot. It banged around in the rim and then came out to Delaware State. Hornets getting some benefits from the rims, not letting the shots go in for Coppin State as well. Johnson, yeah, she was wide open on the outside, took the shot for three, missed. It came out though big and strong, and Jessica Martino fought for it and got it. They cleared it out, and now Watkins will set up the offense again. Watkins top of the key to Brooks. Brooks working inside on the defender, gets it into Martino. Martino in the lane, 1 second left on the shot clock, and it went up in time, but never came close to the iron on the fourth shot by Bree Dodson. Had to get it off, but didn't have a chance to really make a good shot out of it. She was just hoping maybe it would touch the rim and they could get the rebound. Yeah. Staples sends it over right side to Hamilton. Now they'll take it inside, clear it back out to Staples, over to Hamilton on the right. And back out top of the key. Now they'll go inside to Jenkins. Jenkins will take it left side to Watkins. Jewel Watkins on the jumper, missing. And as they go up for the rebound, we have a foul. This one is going to be on Coppin State. Jalinda Sally. That's her first, team second here in the second quarter. 5:29 left in the first half, and we are still at 14-4. Delaware State with 4 points here in the second quarter. Coppin State 2 in the first quarter, 2 in the second quarter. Kai Talley inside, they got all around to her. Sent it out to Savannah Brooks. You knew Brooks was finally going to find the range and put in a three to make it 17-4. Left side jumper for Jewel Watkins, misses, loose ball, scrap for the ball. It's going to be a jump ball, and the possession will be for Delaware State. They get another break there as they hustle in, and it stops the clock. We get another media timeout here with 4:56 remaining in the first half. Delaware State 17, Coppin State 4. Putting the U in HBCU, we're HSRN.
Hey Hornets, I'm Dr. Candace Samuels, a family medicine doctor at Bay Health Family Medicine Dover and a proud Delaware State alum. As a family medicine doctor, I provide primary care for the entire family, from the newest addition to grandma and grandpa and everyone in between. I also offer OB care, including prenatal care and low-risk deliveries for moms to be. I'm proud to be caring for the community that raised me, and I'm especially honored to give back to my DSU family. I'm Dr. Candace Samuels, and I'm here for our Hornets.
here. It's Ty Tolley sending out left side to Savannah Brooks. We're going to jump around the MEAC for some scores in just a moment here as Brooks holds the ball. Norfolk State leading North Carolina Central 13-11. Now the Hornets inside as Bree Dodson goes for a shot, and she gets fouled. It'll be Jewel Watkins who gets called for it. Elsewhere in the MEAC, UMES leading Morgan State 9-8 early in that contest. Howard up 12-5 over South Carolina State. Those are the other games going on in the MEAC. And with the standings the way they are right now, every one of these games is important tonight. Dodson missing both shots from the line. Remains 17-4. Delaware State up in front. Alkaline water at its best. B2L29 Premium Alkaline Water. Visit them on the web at b2l29pw.com. Coppin State now trying to work down inside drive. Right side of the lane. Jewel Watkins off backboard. Won't go. Rebounded by Sally. She clears it on out to Courtney Gardner. Gardner sends it inside to Watkins. Watkins left side. And we're going to have a foul called on Savannah Brooks. That'll be her second as she tried to block out Jewel Watkins. First team foul here in the second quarter for Delaware State, but the second for Savannah Brooks. And they're going to let her sit here a little bit. She doesn't take many minutes off, but they want to cool her off and not get that third foul too early in the game here. Coppin State now looking for three on the shot. Rolls around in and out. On the shot by Jewel Watkins, but it came out again to Coppin State. Now Watkins top of the key, works to the left side, sends it out to Staples. Staples has to drive inside for the layup and gets it. Left a little bit of a lane for her to come in. Delaware State up by 11, 17-6 with 3.5 to go and a steal. Coppin State, Hamilton takes it down and gets the basket. Alexandria Hamilton makes it a 17-8 game. And now it's a 9-point lead for the Hornets with 3 minutes and 15 seconds left in the first half. Johnson left side, sends it out to Dodson, top of the key, just inside the arc. Maraney on the right side gets it. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Maraney with a left-handed layup, missing underneath. Dodson trying to get the loose ball, but couldn't control it. It went out of bounds. It will be Coppin State ball here with under 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. They have been missing terribly. Gardner now sends it, looking for a three-pointer on the shot there from the left side by Staples, and it was an air ball. Hornets took it before it bounced out of bounds. Maraney goes to Tolley on the left side, now down on the side to Watkins. They'll give it to Tolley inside and had it knocked out of her hands. Coppin State with the steal. Pass to the side, Jayla Johnson breaking up the pass and knocking it out of bounds. And they say it touched the Coppin State player last as both reached for it. So it will be Hornets ball now with 2:16 left in the quarter. The officials seem to be aware of it. Joy Watkins to the right side. Looking inside to Johnson, top of the key. Johnson. Hornets missing on the shot. Coppin State getting the ball back. It's Kaya Jenkins inside. Gets it to Jalinda Sally, and Sally powers her way in and gets the basket. Now it's 17-9 as Coppin State has gone on a 5-point scoring run on Delaware State. Jayla Johnson now looking inside. Watkins brings it around to the middle for Delaware State. Now, past defenders. And they'll get the shot, and it's blocked by Sally just as it comes off of Dodson's hand. Sally right there and using that size. Sally at 6'4", and takes up some space. 1 minute left in the half. Jewel Watkins on the steal, drives down inside, and she leans into the defender and draws a foul.
Eagle foul number 23,
Kaya Jenkins for Coppin State with the foul. Joy Watkins goes to the foul line. When these two teams played back on February 6th in Baltimore, Joy Watkins scored 4 points in that game for Delaware State. And she has missed the second shot, had the first. It's 18-10, Delaware State in front. Gardner working, gives it off top of the key to Watkins, Jewel Watkins for Coppin State. Now she'll work around right side of the lane. Layup off the glass, off the rim, won't go in. And hustling to get the ball was Ty Tolley. Tolley to Marini. 22 seconds left in the half. No shot clock now for Delaware State on the possession. They have time here to work it around, get a good offense, and not give Coppin State the ball with much time left. Marini work to the right side to Martino. Martino drives inside, 5 seconds left. And a foul, so they're going to get Martino for the charge.
Offensive foul number 10, Jessica Martino. Her first personal, team second.
Coppin State with the ball now. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and they get the shot off in time, but it's an air ball and nothing happens with it. Except that it sends the teams to the locker room with Delaware State leading 18-10 over Coppin State. Going to send it back to the studio for the halftime, and we'll be back here at Memorial Hall in Dover. Gary Lang along with Coach John Hill. So right now we want to remind you, for all of your automotive needs, trust the Duck. Fred Drake Automotive. Give them a call at 302-378-4877. Swiss College is a proud supporter of HBCU sports. You can find them on the web at swisscollege.com. If you think you can't qualify for a mortgage, think again. America's Mortgage Coach John Millette has the answer. Call him at 1-866-409.
What is going on, you guys? I'm your host, Stefan, and welcome to Halftime, the best show in between the show. Now, this episode, I'm seated with Asia Jones. You may know her as Miss Women's Senate, but I know her as my friend. And today, you'll get to know her too. So how are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm really grateful to be here.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I know you're from Louisiana. What was life like for a young Asia Jones?
Life was fun. I spent a lot of time around my family. If I wasn't at my cousin's house, they were at my house, like, you know, and things like that. We were at the aunts and uncle's house, you know, and then, so Louisiana is just a big welcoming area. So with me not having, maybe if I wasn't with my family, I was with my, you know, distant family, like, you know, the
Right.
aunts and uncles that you get from down the street, your mom's best friend, you know, those became
Right.
like my, you know, aunts and uncles in life. And, you know, I just had a lot of fun. I just would say life was fun.
How would you say life is different down south compared to up here?
It was really a big culture shock. Before I came to Delaware, I moved to Virginia, and it was a lot. Like, you know, in Louisiana, everybody knows each other. One, the food is like a lot better.
Yum.
And it was just a really big culture shock. And then when I got to Virginia, it wasn't that bad because there were a lot of restaurants that tried to adapt, you know, like Creole food and things like that. So I still had opportunities for the food, and my dad cooked a lot. So, you know, he's making dishes that I ate growing up. But when I came to Delaware, it was like, oh my gosh, what am I doing here? The people like are like kind of rude. Like, it's actually kind of crazy. And I grew up like with the Southern hospitality mindset, like be polite to everyone. You say no ma'am, no sir, yes ma'am, yes sir. And so coming here, and then like I go in classes and people are like, huh, to professors. And I just be like, if my mom was here, like, this is insane.
Right. So what brought you to DSU?
Like I said before, for my high school years, I moved to Alexandria, Virginia. While I was there, I took up culinary in high school. Ooh. So when looking up, you know, the schools that I wanted to go to for college, I wanted to go to an HBCU, but I knew that I wanted to still pursue the culinary field. And sadly, if you know me, you know that that's no longer my field of expertise, and it's something that I know I do as a hobby and less of a career. But when I came here, I came for the hospitality and tourism management department. So that is what led me here, and just to know that it was an HBCU that was going to cater to the needs that I needed was perfect for me.
Awesome, awesome. So what sparked your interest in student leadership?
Honestly, I've always been a natural born leader. Like, if you talk to my mom, she would tell you, like, I was always leading the pack when it came to my family, even though I was always like the middle cousin. I was never the oldest. I had a bunch of older cousins, but I still always led the pack. And then when I got here, I just saw like the impact that you can have with student leadership, whether you have a title or not. You can do things that leave an impact on one person, two people, a group of people, and that was something that I know I wanted to do before I left here.
So there's other orgs on campus, things like Give, Elite, there's SGA too. What made you pick Women's Senate specifically? Women's Senate,
just because I know when it comes to my end goal post-grad, I want to start a nonprofit organization catered to young Black women. So that was really it. I knew I wanted to have that knowledge of what it's like to kind of push for the female, push the female agenda. So when I was talking to my mentor, Ashley Davis, she actually was like, yeah, you should look into trying to do something with Women's Senate. So yeah, from there, once she told me that, I started connecting with people that had held the positions, like Rita Williams, she was the president last year, and Jordan Watson was Miss last year, who is now the current president. So just connecting with them and kind of getting a feel for it. After that, it was just like all up from there.
That's so cool. I love Ashley. Really, really, really awesome person. Now, we are just getting into it, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more Halftime.
Why choose Del One? Del One is rooted in Delaware and here to cover you through your financial journey. From your first account, auto loan, or rewards credit card, buying a home or starting a business, investing, planning for retirement, and then enjoying it. Get what you need when you need it. Del One has you covered. Choose Del One and let's grow together.
Taste the uniqueness of our first-generation German bakery in Delhi. The new Bavarian bakery in Delhi in Dover. Authentic, original creations are made fresh from scratch every day. Enjoy one of our great pastries and signature cakes. Don't forget to bring home our house-made breads, Bavarian rye, sourdough, and fresh sandwich rolls. At our deli, choose from 14 different breads. You deserve only the best. The new Bavarian bakery in Delhi in Dover.
Welcome back to Halftime, y'all. Let's get back into it. So what was the process of becoming Miss Women's Senate like?
The process is a little different every year. It depends on the executive board. For me, I had connected with people that were in the executive board, and I let them know that I had interest in serving as Miss Women's Senate for the year. So once they had fully gotten the 5 people that were going to serve on the Women's Senate executive board, they talked it over, and it was just up to them to whether they thought I was the right fit. So once they, all agreed cohesively and said that they wanted me to be it, it was like I just hopped right on in.
How did it feel when you won?
It was great. Like it was great because I had gone through a lot of things with student leadership and kind of feeling a little down. So it kind of pushed me to get back up there.
What types of things have you done with your platform so far?
So I have pushed a few community service initiatives, Home Away from Home being the most heartfelt to me. I pushed a community service initiative that allowed us to send someone home for the holidays, someone that can't, everybody doesn't live 2-3 hours away, can't take a drive. And, a plane ticket is a lot of money. So we raised money through a bake sale, and we raised about $500 to send somebody home. We sent somebody all the way to California. So that was like the most amazing thing that I've done this year. And my next initiative will be Sister Soldier. We're going to put together care packages for women overseas.
That's amazing. I love that so much. That's so cool. What inspired you guys to start something like that? I mean, like, that is so cool, the thought of even being able to send someone home for the holidays. What inspired you guys to want to do something like that?
Well, just my personal experience, honestly. I had went 2 years without going home before I was able to get back to Louisiana. And gratefully, my supervisor slash mentor, Ms. Danielle Craig, was the one that graciously bought my ticket home. But if not, I wouldn't have been able to go home. So I just knew that I wanted to give somebody else that feeling of, oh my gosh, I can finally see my family, I can embrace them. It's been a long journey. College is not easy. You don't know what mental trials and tribulations somebody is going through. So just to know that I was able to give somebody what I was given, like just to pay it forward, was amazing for me.
Where would you say is the coolest place being Miss Women's Senate has taken you so far?
Actually, it would have been the first Empower conference hosted by the Office of Urella. I was able to facilitate a session and be a part of a student panel. So that would be the coolest. I was able to use that platform to speak, do my first public speaking, endeavor, and it really pushed me. If you know me personally, I have really bad anxiety, so that was something that I had worked on and pushed myself to do because I know it's something that I want to do post-graduation. So that was the first step towards making it real.
That's really cool, and I am really proud of you.
Thank you.
What does it mean to you to be Miss Women's Senate?
It means to me to push the narrative and change the agenda for females, not just on campus, but in the area, in the HBCU community. I haven't been able to do much outreach, with other HBCUs, but I've connected with Miss Delaware State University and some other campus queens who, hear me and they understand what I'm trying to do. So just being able to connect with them on that level has allowed me to push that narrative that I'm trying to change in that agenda. So I'm able to push for my nonprofit. I'm able to push for the projects that I want to do. I'm able to collaborate with the people that I want to collaborate with. So it's just been like a whirlwind.
I know you and Miss DSU have a book club together, Queen's Archive. Could you tell me a little bit more about that?
So actually it came about over Christmas break, I want to say, or Thanksgiving break. She had went home and she had talked about her love for Barnes & Noble. And I was like, oh my gosh, me too. And I was like, I know a lot of people are about to have the New Year's resolution of wanting to read books more. And we were like, we should start a book club, but not just like any book club. Like we read books about Black women, about the story, about just things that they go through, or just the Black, how do I say this? Like the Black story or the Black narrative in general. We're trying to push that instead of reading books that you would read in class that get a little boring. We want to read something that will push importance into the young ladies that join our book clubs. Like right now, we're reading More Than Enough. And it has been so great to see that, to see the conversations that we have are amazing. And the book is great itself. It was actually very accidental, the book that we chose, but it's been amazing so far.
What does it feel like to represent the young women of Delaware State University?
It feels good. If you know me, I go by a quote of, I speak for the ones that don't speak up for themselves. So just being that representation is important to me because actually the real female representation at large is Miss Delaware State University, Braylon Page. So she does a great job at doing what what she's called to do and what she's been elected to do. But for me, it's, being that voice of the people that aren't heard, being the voice of the people that, may not have that easy access to her or be able to speak, so I just take it, I take it very seriously and I push forward every day trying to do my best.
That is really cool, and I'm so proud of you. I truly could not imagine a better woman to be in the position.
Thank you.
You do so many cool things every day, and I'm just so happy that you have this platform where you can share your love of life with other people.
Thank you.
I just want to thank you so, so much for coming out and sitting in my chair. It's been awesome interviewing you and getting to know a little bit more about you.
Thank you for having me.
And I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, I'm your host, Stefan, and this has been Halftime.
Hey Hornets, I'm Dr. Candace Samuels, a family medicine doctor at Bay Health Family Medicine Dover and a proud Delaware State alum. As a family medicine doctor, I provide primary care for the entire family, from the newest addition to grandma and grandpa and everyone in between. I also offer OB care, including prenatal care and low-risk deliveries for moms to be. I'm proud to be caring for the community that raised me, and I'm especially honored to give back to my DSU family. I'm Dr. Candace Samuels, and I'm here for our Hornets.
Hello, I'm Kimberly Holmes, stroke clinical nurse specialist at Bay Health, chair of the Delaware Stroke System of Care Committee, and board president of the Delaware American Heart and Stroke Association. I am also a proud DSU alumna. Stroke disproportionately affects African Americans. I am driven to educate my community regarding the prevention and/or control of risk factors such as high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and obesity. I'm Kimberly Holmes, and I'm here for our Hornets.
I'm Lydell Letzum. I'm a general surgeon. I am the director of wound care for Bay Health for both its Kent and Sussex campuses. I think that the thing to rising up above is, one, changing the stigma of being scientifically and mathematically proficient as a person of color. That is both within our community and external to our community. I am currently 52 years old. I have faced that stigma every step of my career, no matter where I went. The notion that me being an African American, that I was proficient, forget excellent, that I was just proficient in science and math was always taken as an anomaly by both my cultural peers and my non-cultural peers. So I think as a culture and as a community, we have to get past that stigma that African Americans can do more than run and jump.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer, president of Sodell Concepts, the best restaurant group in the state, and we're inviting you to come join our team. Sodell Concepts is a growing hospitality company with 16 restaurants and a variety of other hospitality businesses, all located in beautiful southern Delaware. We have recently added many departments to our executive leadership team, including a training department, a property development department, and a construction department. We invite you to come live at the beach and work with a growing restaurant group with many opportunities to advance your career. Sodell Concepts Restaurant Group, come check us out.
Trina Turner. I am a registered nurse here at Bay Health. I've been a nurse for 29 years, but I am been here at Bay Health for 11 years, and I am currently a nurse navigator working in oncology department. The advice I would give to young African Americans that are trying to get into healthcare is that representation is very important. And if you love your community and you love what you do, it's very important for them to see you and see themselves in you. That was one of the reasons why I became a nurse. My mother was a nurse for 45 years, and I saw how she advocated and cared for everyone, and that was something I wanted to do. And I wanted to make sure that, younger generations of nurses know that anything is possible, and it's important to just keep giving back to the community, and it's important that we are seen and heard.
They send it into Courtney Gardner. Gardner was not a starter, but she's gotten a lot of time now in this game. Gives it off to Kaya Jenkins. Back to Gardner on the right side. They'll take it inside to Buckner, who got into foul trouble early. Buckner with a spin move along the baseline. Her shot missing. Loose ball on the floor, and it's picked up by Jewel Watkins for Coppin State. She puts up a wild shot that's wide of the mark, way off to the right, and it came down to Jessica Martino for the Hornets. Martino to Maraney, who works to the right side. Now passes inside. Todd Tolley in the paint. Got tripped up as she went through, lost the ball, and no foul called, so it'll be the Eagles' ball. You know, we like to talk with the officials and joke with them before the game, and I went to two of them and I said, I'm tired, I'd like to go home early tonight, keep the foul calls to a minimum. And they agreed. They were tired and would like to get out of here early too. I don't think it worked. Shouldn't have any effect. Coppin State underneath, shot put up by Buckner, missing, and the putback is by Buckner. Her first basket of the game makes it 18-12. First basket of the second half comes about a minute and 15 seconds into the third quarter. Ty Tolley looking to pass off, can't find anybody open, so she'll drive left side, and I think she was hoping to get fouled because she threw up a wild shot that hit off the bottom of the rim and went out of bounds. Right side to Gardner. Gardner driving for the lane. Now passes it off. Tried to get it to Buckner. Bad pass behind Buckner. Jayla Johnson on the drive inside. Little sidestep and to the basket. It's good. That was a nice move by Johnson there too. Her experience playing at UNC Greensboro before coming to Delaware State. You can tell she's been coached on a higher level and good enough to be on that higher level. Now it's Jewel Watkins from down in the right corner, and they're going to give her three on that one. That's what I was going to check real quick. Savannah Brooks trying for three for Delaware State, off the rim, and it comes down to Gardner for the Eagles. A 5-point lead now, 20-15, with about 7:25 left in the period. Jewel Watkins goes inside and cuts the lead even more with a basket to make it 20-17. And while the Hornets have not been scoring here in this third quarter, there's a short jumper. Jessica Martino with her first basket of the game. Back to us, 5-point lead, 22-17. Backcourt pressure by the Hornets. Coppin State clears it down to Kaya Jenkins. She sends it to Gardner in the middle, now right side. Staples back out to Gardner. Gardner driving, found an opening in the lane, went through, should have gone in. It was partway in, came back out. And then the ball was grabbed on the rebound by Buckner, but she fell down, and she got called for traveling when she did. Little Creek Fire Company looking for a few good people who want to make a difference in their community. Call the Little Creek Fire Company, Scott Bundick, to find out how you can help. 302-362-5455. Hornets now working offensively down on their end of the court. They get it into Savannah Brooks. Brooks got tied up. Simultaneous possession. Jump ball, Hornets ball. And on all the jump balls we've had so far, Hornets have had the possession. Just the way it worked out. Martino out to Johnson. Brooks right side, she's open. And it rolled around the rim, wouldn't fall in. Came on out to Alexandria Hamilton for the Eagles. She'll send it down to Staples. Staples top of the key. Looking left side. Off to Gardner. Gardner gets it to Jewel Watkins. Baseline layup, missed. Jella Johnson gets it for the Hornets. Johnson end to end, but lost it. Stumbled as she came into the lane. Martino grabbed it, tried to go up, and a hand on top of the ball as she tried. That's a simultaneous possession, and I jinxed the Hornets, didn't I? Because now the possession went to Coppin State. Should have left it alone. Hamilton inbound to Courtney Gardner. Gardner down the left side. Backcourt pressure again by Delaware State. Gardner working toward the middle now, crossing with Staples. Back to Gardner as she came to the right side. Now back toward the middle. Staples on the right side. Back over to Gardner. She's on the left side. Hops through the lane, sends it to Jewel Watkins in front of the bench. Watkins put it up in a bad air ball, and they're letting her know about it here. Delaware State grabbed the loose ball. Maraney works to the right side. Covered there by Gardner. Back out top of the key to Johnson. Over to Brooks on the left side. She goes down into the corner, sends it back out to Johnson. Johnson kicks it out to Maraney. The pass just a little bit bad, and Maraney had to reach. Otherwise, she would have had a free shot for a three. And instead, trying to control the ball, she double dribbled. Coppin State sends it cross court. Now they'll go inside to Sally. Sally sends it back on out to Hamilton, who gets called for traveling. That same old song we've heard before, where the feet get moving, but the dribble hasn't started. 4:51 remaining in the third quarter. It's Delaware State 22, Coppin State 17. Putting the U in HBCU, we're HSRN. .37 left in the third quarter. Savannah Brooks at the top of the key. Thought about going for three. Pulled it down. Went right side to Maraney. Maraney into the lane. Spin move. Slapped away by Sally, who takes the ball. Staples now working inside. Air ball goes over top. Sally's there to grab the ball as it comes down. They clear it out. Courtney Gardner now goes inside and gave it off to Sally, who put it up and in, and hard to stop that young lady. 22-19, three-point lead for Delaware State. And is a great defender because she just blocks people out. Now it's Brooks with another three, her third of the game. 25-19, Hornets in front. 6-point lead. Coppin State trying to get those three back on the shot by Jewel Watkins. And as she put the shot up, Jessica Martino with a foul.
Lane 1 foul number 10, Jessica Martino, her second personal, team's first.
25-22 the score right now as Martino with her second foul. Jewel Watkins stands at the charity stripe for Coppin State. 63.8% on the year from the foul line. You don't want to have Jewel Watkins stand there and shoot foul shots either. She is a scorer, second in the conference at 14.7 points per game as she made it the 4-point play. And that makes it 25-23, the closest Coppin State has been here. Savannah Brooks from just inside the arc in the foul circle, shot missing. Coppin State trying to make a run back here at Delaware State, pulled within 2. Jewel Watkins on the right side, inside to Sally. Sally backing into the paint. And as she does, she got called for traveling. Good defense by Bree Dodson to hold her spot there and not let Sally push her around and force Sally into the walk. And Bree Dodson keeping her from getting inside. Now Dodson gets the pass, right side of the foul circle, to the right side to Joy Watkins for Delaware State, and Watkins through traffic off the backboard and in, 27-23. Staples and Gardner play catch with it. Staples on the right side. And now as Staples goes in toward the basket, looks like Joy Watkins will pick up her first foul of the game. Second team foul now for Delaware State here in the third period with 2:26 remaining in the quarter. Colleen Buckner is back into the game for the Eagles. The pass goes into Alexandria Hamilton in the lane. She got away with one there. She had the pivot foot and then she stepped around and used that foot to take a step, put the ball up. No, but she didn't make the shot either. Joy Watkins called, check that, it's going to be Jessica Martino, and that's 3 for her. She'll now go to the bench. Alexandria Hamilton from the line, missing the first shot. Did not play against Delaware State when the game was in Baltimore on February 6th. Hamilton missed both. And Ty Tolley's there for the rebound. Very quickly down court, driving inside Joy Watkins, but dribbled off her left foot and the ball went out of bounds. The body moving faster than the feet would. Dribbled right down off her own foot. Coppin State gets the turnover. Staples, left-handed dribble over to the middle, out near the logo at center court. Over to Hamilton. Hamilton looking cross court, gets it off to Jewel Watkins, and Jewel Watkins drops a 3. Eagles pull within 1, 27-26. Pass out to Brooks, lost it, rolled right to Dodson. She gives it back to Brooks, who goes inside and gets blocked out. Staples on the steal. Down to Courtney Gardner. Shot is good for Gardner, and Coppin State has worked into the lead. (28-27) Coppin State up by 1 after trailing in the first quarter by 13. They get it to Brooks underneath. She got fouled, and it looks like she might have hit her head as she went down. She grabbed at the back of her neck. She's up. She's okay. Buckner called for the foul. That gives her 3 with 57.7 seconds left in the third quarter. Savannah Brooks to go to the line for Delaware State. Here's the score for Delaware State. leads the team in scoring, averaging 10.3 points per game, but missed that first shot. She got it back quickly, made that adjustment, extended the arm. We're tied at 28. She averages on the season 32.3 minutes per game. She spends a lot of time on the floor. And when you got a player like that, you want to get as many minutes out of them as you can. Gardner to the right side for Coppin State. Good pass. Buckner along the lane and went past the defender, got the layup. Coppin State back in front by 2, 30-28. 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Jewel Watkins, right side. 5-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Johnson out to Brooks, top of the key. She sets up the play, backs up to the right side, out near center court. 5, as Brooks tries to go around the defender, gets it to Ty Tolley. Back to Brooks, just beat the shot clock, but a shot was way off the mark. And it'll be Eagles ball with 4.2 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass down court, shot from the side, missed, and we'll go to the final 10 minutes of the game with Coppin State up by 2, 30-28 over Delaware State. Putting the U in HBCU, we are HSRN.
Why choose Del One? Del One is rooted in Delaware and here to cover you through your financial journey. From your first account, auto loan, or rewards credit card, buying a home or starting a business, investing, planning for retirement, and then enjoying it. Get what you need when you need it. Del One has you covered. Choose Del One and let's grow together.
Over, losing the ball out of bounds. Coppin State up by 2, 30-28 over Delaware State here. Fourth quarter action. Gary Lang, Coach John Hill. Glad you're along. Jewel Watkins shooting for 3, missing. Martino got way high for that rebound. And the 5'9" Jessica Martino doing the job there. Tied for 6th in the conference in rebounding. That's how good a job she's done at it this year. Joy Watkins sends it inside to Bree Dodson in the foul circle. Back to Watkins. Backs up now from the top of the key. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Over to Jayla Johnson. Johnson into the paint. She got blocked out and ended up having her shot blocked. Just got too close. Courtney Gardner had the ball slapped away as she came down, trying to drive in for a shot. Came off of her and out of bounds. Hornets ball. Some quick end-to-end action there, but a little bit controlled on both sides. Or uncontrolled, I should say. Martino to Johnson, inside to Brooks. Now Martino in the paint. Her shot deflected off to the side. Scrap for the ball on the floor, jump ball. This will go to Coppin State. And as soon as I said something about the Hornets getting all the jump balls, they haven't had one since. I'm sorry, folks. I apologize, Hornets fans. 8:48 left in the regulation time here as Mossy Staples works down court for Coppin State. Redshirt junior played at Northeastern University for the Huskies, and the shot missed by Coppin State. Delaware State on the defensive rebound. Maraney back in the game here for the Hornets. She brings it down. Jewel Watkins took a breather. Now she's getting ready to come back in at the earliest opportunity. Maraney left side of the foul circle, steps into the circle, jumper, bounces around the rim, won't go in, and comes out to Coppin State's Jewel Watkins. At center court, it's Mossy Staples bouncing the ball, goes right side to Jewel Watkins. Watkins inside to Bucknor, and tapped out of bounds. Bree Dodson breaking up the pass. Now Jayla Johnson goes out. Joy Watkins in for the Hornets. 12 seconds left on the shot clock for Coppin State as they will inbound the ball along the baseline. And a long pass goes into Jewel Watkins. She'll go right side to Staples. Staples working around toward the center. Bounce pass inside to Kaya Jenkins. It's Buckner along the baseline, sends it out, and the shot clock runs out on Coppin State, and the Hornets hold them out and won't let them get that shot. Jewel Watkins takes over as the point guard with Jayla Johnson on the bench. Brooks out near center court to Watkins on the right side for the Hornets. Back out to Brooks. Brooks fades left side, gives it off to Maraney on a cross. Maraney now out near the center. 6 seconds on the shot clock as Maraney steps inside, trying to get clear for a shot. Will force her way through traffic, missed the shot, went down to the floor, and that was just losing her footing as she came down. Coppin State, loose ball rebound. They'll try to work it around. It's out to Courtney Gardner. And the Hornets haven't scored. Neither team has scored here in the fourth quarter. And we're over 3 minutes into the period. Shot missed by Jewel Watkins, and so the drought continues. Maraney goes left side to Joy Watkins. Back to Maraney now, right side to Savannah Brooks. Brooks bounce pass inside to Dodson at the lane. Spin move around the defender. It's knocked out of her hands by Buckner. Brought the ball up from too low, and Buckner had her hands up. And now Coppin State wants a timeout with 6:22 remaining in regulation. For all of your automotive needs, trust the Duck. That's Fred Drake Automotive. Give a call to 302-378-4877, and you can make your appointment. Tell them what the problem is, and they will work you in just as soon as they can. America's Mortgage Coach is ready to find you a house. Give a call to John Millett at 1-866-409-9000. John Millett, not a realtor, but he is a mortgage specialist, and he will guide you through that difficult process. Can be very difficult, confusing, and frustrating at times, as sometimes you're asked to submit the same paperwork multiple times. John Millett will help you through that process. Give him a call, 1-866-409-9000. Men's action coming up after this game, about 30 minutes after the conclusion of this women's college contest. And then Thursday night, we finish the regular season. UMES will be into Memorial Hall to take on Delaware State in women's and men's action as well. By the time we finish that men's game, we should have a real good idea of what the tournament seedings will be and who will play at what time next Wednesday or Thursday in Norfolk. Everybody coming down to the wire, and everything's tight in the races. Delaware State in a three-way tie right now in the standings. So I sat down yesterday and tried to figure out if the tournament started today, what it would be, and it was too many variables and I gave up. Underneath, Coppin State, shot rolled off the rim. It was up there by Kaya Jenkins, and it wouldn't fall in. It looked like it was going to, and then it just kind of, yeah. Delaware State tried to get the ball as it came off, couldn't control it, out of bounds. Coppin State gets it back with 20 seconds on the shot clock. Inbound pass, bounce pass to Jenkins. Hit Savannah Brooks right down around the ankles, went out of bounds. Eagles will keep it. 1 second went off the shot clock there. But it will be Eagles ball from down in the corner along the baseline where the ball went out of bounds. Mossy Staples set to send it in. And finally the long pass into Jewel Watkins. Watkins gave it off to Staples as she came up in, and now she goes to the left side, gives it off to Courtney Gardner. I thought there was going to be a foul call there because Gardner bounced off of a Hornet and went down, and the whistle blew. It was traveling on Courtney Gardner. And bounced off and ended up on the floor. Savannah Brooks now with the ball for the Hornets, working to the right side. Brooks into the lane, left-handed layup, won't go. Dodson's there for the loose ball, but sloppy on the pass, trying to get it to Brooks, and it's stolen by Jewel Watkins. We've played 4 minutes and 31 seconds of this fourth quarter, and neither team has scored in the period. It's still 30-28. I'd be surprised if we get to 40 on either team. The over-under on total points, if you had 59, you're still waiting for another point to be scored. Hornets calling a timeout here with 5:25 left on the clock in regulation.
We are now in the 5-minute media timeout.
And we'll take the media timeout here, our final media timeout of this contest with 5:25 left to go. Coppin State 30, Delaware State 28. Putting the U in HBCU, we are HSRN.
Calling all Hornets fans. Be sure to follow Bay Health on social media. Find us on Facebook at Bay Health, on Twitter at Bay Health DE, on Instagram at Bay Health. You can find us on TikTok and on LinkedIn. Bay Health. We're here for our Hornets.
Taste the uniqueness of our first-generation German bakery in Delhi. The new Bavarian bakery in Delhi in Dover. Authentic, original creations are made fresh from scratch every day. Enjoy one of our great pastries and signature cakes. Don't forget to bring home our house-made breads, Bavarian rye, sourdough, and fresh sandwich rolls. At our deli, choose from 14 different breads. You deserve only the best. The new Bavarian bakery in Delhi in Dover.
Ball. Oh, man, they called that one tight. Ty Tolley hardly moved, but they got her for traveling. Dragged that pivot foot just enough. The official saw it. And really, when you get down to the last 5 minutes, they should be calling it the way they did in the first 35. Hornets tipping a pass inside, and it goes to Tolley on the steal. Maraney backs out towards center court now to set that offense. Gets it to Brooks on the left side. Brooks looks inside as the Hornets have 10 seconds on the shot clock. Maraney into the foul circle, drives inside, and as she makes contact, she's called for traveling. Eagles ball. 4:43 still to go here in this game. Staples to the right side for the Eagles. Still, nobody has scored in the fourth quarter. Bounce pass inside to Buckner. Buckner comes along the baseline, sends it out left corner to Hamilton. Pass was off the mark. Hamilton stretched, pulled it in. Looked like a wide receiver on that one-handed catch, but brought a foot down on the line too. Turnover to Delaware State. Jayla Johnson back into the game. They'll go left side to Brooks. Brooks inside to Tolley. Tolley in the paint, off the glass, all over top of the basket, and comes down to Coppin State. Played 6 minutes here in the fourth quarter. Nobody's put a point up. Coppin State still up by 2, 30-28. Nice pass inside, though, to Jewel Watkins, and on a reverse layup, she gets the first points of the fourth quarter. 32-28. Out to Tolley, over on the left side to Johnson. Johnson will work inside, jumper from the left side of the lane. Banked it off the backboard and put it in. Yeah, you got to call them. 3:25 left to go. Staples. Bounce pass inside to Buckner in the foul circle. Buckner now moving to the right side, giving it off to Jewel Watkins. She drives left side of the lane. Came up short because the defender was there, and Ty Tolley grabbed it as it came off the backboard. Gave it off to Savannah Brooks, who brings it down to the right side for Delaware State. Back top of the key to Colley. Johnson left side, was alone for a moment, but the defender got out there quickly. She sends it back to the Maraney in the middle. Maraney now goes to Martino, thought about a baseline jumper, pulled it down, sent it out to Brooks. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Brooks drives inside, spin move, she's blocked. Simultaneous possession, it's Hornets ball. They'll get 20 seconds. Will they get 20 seconds on the shot clock, or are they stuck with the 1 second? They'll reset the shot clock to 20. That's to Delaware State's advantage with 2 minutes and 42 seconds left in regulation here in a 4-point game, and they did not reset to 20. Hornets have 1 second on the shot clock. Into Martino, she took it, put it up. It did not hit iron. Shot clock violation, Eagles ball. Thought so too. Coppin State with the ball, enjoying a, I said 4-point lead, it's a 2-point lead, 32-30. Hornets down by 2. Bounce pass into Hamilton. Hamilton left side of the foul circle, takes it down inside to Jewel Watkins. She tries to go past Savannah Brooks. It'll be a charge on Jewel Watkins. Savannah Brooks taking a charge again. The clock stops, 2:22 left. Coach Jermaine Woods pleading his case with the official on the far side. But the call had already been made. Maraney now working to the right side for the Hornets. They try to tie it up here or take a lead. Jayla Johnson outside, drives in, gets fouled, and they're going to call a charge on Jayla Johnson. Two-point game. Staples brings it across the center line very slowly, guarded by Johnson. Down on the right side to Watkins in front of the bench. Back out, foul circle, Hamilton. Hamilton back over on the right side to Watkins. Jewel Watkins, and we're going to have a foul on Ty Tolley. Second one this quarter. Yeah. I did before the game. Yeah, I told them we need to go home early. We're tired and don't call a lot. And they've been good. I doubt that. They just looked at me and laughed and said, yeah, we're tired too. Shot missed by Coppin State. Hornets on the rebound. Johnson underneath. Her shot is blocked. They'll get it out to Moraney, top of the key, and reset it. Reset that offense. Now to Brooks, right side. Brooks, left side of the lane. Layup, left-handed layup off the glass. Martino's there for the follow-up. It missed, and it came down to Buckner for Coppin State. Hornets with a steal by Tolley. 1:12 left to go. Brooks will set that offense, and this is what's good for Delaware State right now. They could have gotten frantic and come down, but they took their time here to set it up and try to get the best shot they can. Jayla Johnson, with less than a minute left, out to Tolley in the foul circle. Tie game. Great offense on that. Tying it at 32. The Hornets taking their time and making it happen. And Coppin State wants a timeout with 46.3 seconds left to play. They'll have 22 seconds on the shot clock when we come back to action. Hornets' last 2 games, they're looking right now to try to come up with a 3-game win streak. Let me repeat that, because you might think you heard it wrong. A 3-game, yeah, they beat South Carolina State last Monday here by a point. Went to Baltimore on Saturday, defeated Morgan State by a point. And right now with 46.3 seconds left, we're tied at 32. They don't, they just list it in the column, wins and losses. They don't put the point differential there. Yeah, so the Hornets looking to try for a 3-game win streak here. Let's see what they're able to do as we come down to the wire. And Coppin State, they're trying to get healthy here too this afternoon. The Eagles have been struggling at times this season as well. Coppin State defeated UMES on Saturday to break a 2-game losing streak. And the Eagles now give it to Alexandria Hamilton. Down along the baseline, Jewel Watkins, she'll send it out to Staples. Staples inside, layup, comes off the rim. Jump ball, who is it? Coppin State ball. 28.9 seconds left. And 20 seconds on the shot clock for them. Jermaine Woods, head coach for Coppin State, calling the timeout there. And that means that Coppin State has 2 timeouts left, Delaware State with 3. And those timeouts could be a factor as we go down here to the final seconds of the game. No. And for Delaware State, one of the advantages is they've been down to the tight games in the last 2 games. Staples now works toward the center of the court, out near the logo, dribbling, looking inside, trying to pass it, does so. Gets it off to Alexandria Hamilton. 2 seconds on the shot clock. They're not going to get it away in time. They run the shot clock down. Delaware State gets the ball with 8 seconds left. 8.0 left on the clock for the Hornets. And now Delaware State calling the timeout. Look out there. Jasmine Turner, the temporary coach here, the fill-in coach, meeting players coming off the court with a chest bump. Yeah, well, you know, she's doing the duties of head coach right now. And, you know, she told me these players are relaxed and having fun. Winning is often more fun. Marini can be a go-to player, but she only has 2 points, and both of them came on a field goal in the first half. Right. Right, so that's an advantage. That saves you a few seconds coming down the court. Yeah, they added 9/10 of a second to the clock because it was on 8-0 when they called the timeout. The officials went and looked at the replay, and so Marini will inbound the ball for Delaware State. You have Martino, Tolley, Brooks on the court as well. And where's our 5th player? I only see 4. Oh, there she is, Johnson, as she came flashing through. 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Johnson baseline, got tied up and got fouled. Alexandria Hamilton was called for the foul. 3.5 seconds showing on the clock. And Jayla Johnson, this is a non-shooting situation, so the Hornets have to throw it in and get a shot in 3.5 seconds. I thought maybe they would rule that Johnson was in the act of shooting when she was fouled. Hornets trying to get it in. Long pass in, goes to the back court. Coppin State's going to get it, and they get the layup with 2 seconds left. Now there's 0.8 of a second on the clock on the layup by Coppin State. They should, yes. I saw it at 2.9, but I thought the shot clock had also run out, but Coppin State grabbed the ball, so the shot clock at this point is not a factor. But what happened too was Coppin State played a very tight defense. Delaware State couldn't get anybody open inside close, so they had to throw that ball over everybody's heads, and literally that's what they did, and the ball went in the back court. Okay, so we just had an explanation from an official. They are looking at the replay to see if the clock stopped when the ball went in the basket. And yeah. I thought it was at 2.9 when she got the layup, so figure another couple tenths of a second till the ball fell in. You're right, it could be about a minute and a half. Coppin State with 4 points in this quarter. Delaware State with 4 points in this quarter as well. Okay, they put 0.8 of a second back on the clock to put it at 1.6. Yep, and since Delaware State again called the timeout, they're going to be able to inbound it on their end of the court. And when you've got just 1.6 left, that makes a difference. But even then, you've got to get it into somebody who can turn around and make a quick shot. A 3 gives them another 1-point win. Inbound, slapped out of bounds by Coppin State. Jewel Watkins slapping it out. And that took a tenth or a half a second off the clock. Down to 1.1. Mulraney inbounds it to Brooks, turns around, fires it up, and it's wide of the mark and out of bounds. And now they're saying game over. That's it. The clock shouldn't have stopped. It stopped with a tenth of a second left, so wipe it out. So here's what it could mean as they came into this game. UMES, Delaware State, and Coppin State all tied for 5th with identical 4-8 conference records. Well, Coppin State now goes to 5-8, while Delaware State drops to 4-9. UMES, the last we heard, was leading with a good margin over Morgan State. So if UMES holds on, 56-53, the Hawks leading the Bears right now. If they can hold on and win that game, that would make Coppin State and UMES in a two-way tie for 5th, and Delaware State would drop to 7th. But UMES comes in here Thursday night, so they can still bounce around. We haven't finalized the conditions as the teams will head for Norfolk next week for the MEAC tournament. Well, this one's over. And we're going to come back in just under a half an hour, and we will have men's action for you from Memorial Hall as Coppin State's women take away a 34-32 win over Delaware State. Putting the U in HBCU, we are HSRN.